Hello again, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, and it's time for another landscape makeover. This one is called Conquering the Slope. So this lovely client out in rural Poway, a suburb of San Diego, had this backyard hill that was just overgrown, scrubby growth. I had one good retaining wall at the bottom, but another one that was collapsing, and a third one that had fallen over completely and was overrun with weeds. It had a lot of really unattractive vegetation, stuff that's not really appropriate for a slope, and they wanted to convert the slope to a wonderful California native slope. They also wanted to be able to safely get to the very top of the slope where they had an amazing view of the Poway Valley. And so this became a large terracing project. They came up with the design, picked a material that was very similar to what they had already, a Belgard material, and then set about it. Now, when you start building retaining walls, it's really important that you recognize what the maximum capability of that particular material is. If you're going to go higher than 6 feet, you need to have an engineered wall. If you're going 3 to 6 feet, you don't necessarily have to have engineering, but you do have to have permitting depending on the wall and where you live. But it's also important to recognize for a particular wall what kind of footing you need. So these particular Belgard walls are gravity stack walls. They don't have rebar reinforcement, although you can order some with rebar reinforcement. But this one was, as you see, a gravity stack wall where we did a deep gravel footing base, and that was sufficient because of the nature of how these Keystone blocks are engineered. So once we got about picking the material, then obviously we had to do a lot of clearing. We took about 20 tons of dirt off of this slope to terrace it. The other key thing with retaining walls in general, you want to have them 7 feet apart so that the footing has 7 feet of solid dirt in front of it to support it. So we designed a series of 7-foot spacings on these retaining walls. We decided that we were going to need 2 sets of additional retaining walls to terrace it halfway up the hill, and then we would just use stairs up the top. Another key thing when you are doing retaining walls is you have to do a French drain behind it, where you fill it with gravel, have some horizontal pipe, and then you have atrium pipes that lead the water to that. It's important so that the water pressure doesn't overwhelm the hill. Again, look at the specs as far as what size footing and what size French drain are best for the type of walls you're doing. So this project kind of went in series. You remove some dirt, build a wall, remove some dirt, build a wall. And again, it took a lot of dirt. They invented this fun little dirt flume to get all the dirt out of here. This was not the only part of the project, actually. They also were getting rid of some of the lawn in the downstairs area, the ground floor area, and adding a barbecue and expanding the paver patio at the same time. So now we're starting to pound our way up the slope. They've actually installed some landscape timber stairs to get to the very top so we could finally enjoy this amazing view. And there was a little pad set up at the top to enjoy it all. Once that was all done, we added some really nice landscape. We added some nice California natives, ceanothus, cotoneaster, all kinds of wonderful natives that would require very little irrigation once they were established. So once again, here is the before and here is the after. We have just about finished. We actually added a little baby wall at the very bottom to create some raised beds, and we're going to clean up those drains. On the 2 intermediate levels, you can do vegetation. They actually wanted to do decomposed granite to set up a lot of patio furniture to enjoy fireworks shows and other events they could now see over their house. And again, on the bottom, nice little barbecue, expanded the patio. So now it's a backyard really designed for entertaining with a wonderful native hillside that's going to grow in and fill in and have all kinds of different flowering things at different times of the year. So we took about 12 tons of Keystone, that Belgard Keystone, the Belgard Highland, to build this wall, and it was a lot of work to get all of that block up there. Well, that's all the time we have for today. This is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get more of my garden videos. Until next time, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks for watching.